Yo. What's up? What's up? It's your boy. It's your man's T-Dub. Hey, on the Styles. The Prophet de jour. God and man form. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Hope you checking in with me. You know what I'm saying? On here just saying what's up to the people. You know what I'm saying? Talking to my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Spreading that love, that word, that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Get that work. Get that work. That's what we doing out here, man. That's what we doing. What's going on, everybody? Um, yeah. Yesterday's show. So excited about the playoff game that had happened. Totally forgot to um, bring up the fact on my birthday, man. I dropped a 178 on them. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Bowling. Just wanted to throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? My guys, if y'all watching this, they got smashed up. You know what I'm saying? They know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Through that 178er. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? But, back in the day, man, I used to go, shit, I used 180. Well, I used to average about 180, man, back in the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, there was if anybody, old school, y'all know, my mom used to take us bowling. That's how it was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did every Sunday, Saturday morning we go bowling. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Young kids, you know, uh, learning something else, something different. You know what I'm saying? To pass the time, nice little skill set. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a resume stuffer. You know what I'm saying? So being able to bowl, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I used to always be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I used to be on Saturday mornings, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can catch me on Saturday morning, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bowling's fun, man. It's a technique, man. My guys, they go pretty hard, man. My dude Trey, he be serious. he, he bold, you know what I'm saying? He bold, you know what I mean? And little John, man, Gabe was over there, man. Um, uh, Johnny, he was over there, man. Jason was in there. Uh, who else was up in there? Cecile was up in there. Yeah, we was kicking it, man. We was bowling up, man. I was banging that, you know what I'm saying? A couple ladies was up in there, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get it in there. They couldn't hold it down like the Doves does. Bow, bow, you know what I mean? Just wanted to kind of throw that in there. I totally just forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking through some pictures and stuff, so totally had forgot about it. So, thought I'd just bring that one up tonight. You know what I'm saying? Talking about daily affirmations with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, I totally forgot. Birthday was pretty fun, man. I thought I was just gonna be chilling, man, watching the movie at the crib, man. Wifey got me out the house, so um, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get this age, man, you know what I'm saying. Whatever you doing, you know what I'm saying. It's relaxing is a present to you. You know what I'm saying? Being able to sit down and relax is a present. So yeah. Um, you know, want to talk a little bit before I started about um, construction going on. See, yeah, it's that time of the year in Minnesota. It's that time of the year, man. Every time you turn a corner, man, half the road, half the road is gone, man. You make a turn, you're like, dang, man. Orange cones all the way to the thing's pulled up, concrete mountain in the middle of the road. You know what I'm saying? So you like, dang, you know what I mean? Well, especially when it's one of your routes that you usually take, you be like, well, let's go around this one. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's that time of the year, so you know what I'm saying? Just want to give some love and some shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Be calm about it. You know what I'm saying? Push through. That's Minnesota. It's that time. This is what when they really have the time to really get to it. You know what I'm saying? Being in the winter so long, you know what I mean? They can't get to it, and they got to fix all the things that the winter does to the roads and stuff like that. So I give it to them. I understand, but dang, y'all be in the same place. All y'all do the same area every. You know what I'm saying? You got a new curb getting put on. So that's about a fourth of the road. Then you got them tarring up the road, the cracks in the road. Then you got them taping up the road. Then you got them painting up the road. Then you know what I'm saying? You got a whole new corner coming in, a whole new bus stop. Dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, man, I'm telling you, man. So be careful out there, man. Especially with people on the freeways, man. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, I'm a rider, man. Hey, I'm a pedal to the metal type of person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I stay within the law, but man, I like to drive. I like traffic to move. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, be careful out there, man. It's everywhere, man. The freeways is cut down, shut down. They just shut down 94. Shut down 494, 94. Dang, you know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said, it's that time of year, so just be careful, be concerned. Make sure you guys are using discretion when you're leaving. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're checking in and figuring out what routes would be best for you out there. Because you know, road rage is real, man. Road rage is real. So I mean, hey, that's what we're gonna talk a little bit about tonight. So road rage is real. Okay. Yeah. And a lot of construction going on out here in Apple Valley, man. You know what I'm saying? This city is pretty much building up a lot going on with especially with the schools. Um, there's a lot of what is the sports centers, kind of rec centers that are being put up. I think Apple Valley Community Center is getting a whole new area. Eastview is getting a whole new facility over there. Um, kind of a STEM building, plus a sport court or something like that. And then Apple Valley also, about time, should have put a dome. Apple Valley should have a dome. They should have a dome. I mean, it's Apple Valley High School in the city of Apple Valley. They should have a dome. You know what I'm saying? They should have all the facility, especially with the community and the community center right there, right? The community center right there, one block, literally the road and the road where the road ends for Apple Valley High School, right there where the baseball field is at, and where the fields for the community center start at, pretty much right there. So out of that, the high school area or the community center area, they should have had a dome. They should have one, and I think they should get it. If we go into motion to make something like that happen, I think we need to get it first. We don't need to sit up there and be waiting for us to get it and Eastview get it, or waiting for Eastview to get it too. We need to get it first. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Apple Valley High School. We're in Apple Valley, so you know what I'm saying. And you know what I'm saying? Like the city is growing, man. The city is growing. I told somebody a long time ago, man. I said, dude, not a long time ago, but when Dave's Hot Chicken. No. When Wingstop. See, I'm like that. I'm weird like that. Especially that's why I got into the video business. Especially when I went to film school, started watching. I became the type of person you don't want to watch movies with, right? But anyways, when I started seeing commercials for Wingstop, and I'm like, man, ain't no Wingstop here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, since probably about 3-4 years ago. And I'm like, ain't no Wingstop here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck? And then I started seeing advertisements for the new area about to be bringing Apple Valley about to bring a Wingstop to the area, and I was like, damn, we just got Popeyes, we just got Dave's Hot. I'm like, dude, it's about to be a inflation of some urban people. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there, but you know what I'm saying? I told him that you can tell by having like 7 chicken joints and within a block of each other. You got 7 chicken joints within a block. You got KFC, you got Dave's, you got Popeyes, you got Chick-fil-A, you got Cane's, you got Wingstop, and who else? There's one more. Right? There's another chicken place. It's another chicken place. It's another chicken place. Guarantee it's another chicken place over there. But I just think about it for a minute. Shoot, I mean, Wendy's you can count there. They sell chicken sandwiches. Well, White Castle got the chicken rings. You know what I'm saying? You count all of them, food, all that chicken in the same area. Come on, man. And my boy was like, "Yeah, well, white people like chicken too." Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Uh-huh. Yeah. But people love chicken. They love it. So the growth in Apple Valley is off the chain, off the charts, and that's part of the reason why we have a lot of construction out in Apple Valley is because we got to widen the roads. We gotta make things look a little bit more current, up to date. I remember when they built that new fire station over on 140th and Galaxy. And I remember seeing it and it was like, dang, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's dope. From how it was to now, that's dope. So, you know what I'm saying? They starting to put money into the community to show it off as you're, you know what I'm saying, as you're riding through the city, it's looking beautiful, right? And that's what you want to do. I mean, that's a good thing. And, Apple Valley's growth. And I told y'all about the way the community is, about the way uh, um, the mentality of the community is and kind of how it's going and starting to flourish a little bit more because everybody's starting to be more accepting of each other and change and adjust and just doing what we got to do, right? You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to keep it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know how I feel about Apple Valley sports and stuff like that. Yeah. Um, Also within Apple Valley's growth, something that I've talked about before just the kids in the sports program, but more so uh, emphasizing multiple sports, right? I think we've had our program has a lot of kids that play multiple sports. I mean, we're looking at, you know what I'm saying, guys in the high school that are still playing 3 sports a year. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. I mean, especially with the way specialists and coaches and trainers, you know what I'm saying, want the kids to hone in on one thing, right? So it's still something that kids are able to do. You know what I'm saying? And if you get to the point where you want to lock into a sport, then shoot, by all means, man, you better lock it all the way in. You know what I'm saying? But just to be able to play multiple sports is something that's really high on the radar, especially with recruiting. For any parent that's going through recruiting, that has a kid that wants to be in that position, and even even a parent of a kid that really like um, is already highly taught after. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because there are kids that have that. People understand that. People see that people are paying an interest to their child. You see, you know what I'm saying? So, just kind of throwing it out there is that a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, don't be the force that pushes them to stop doing another sport. If they want to do it, by all means. Like I tell you about my kids. Like when I do with my kids want to do something, they're doing it to the end, and it's their choice. I don't push them into doing anything. So, if they decide that they want to, stop doing something and only concentrate on something that's them. If they want to be like, hey, look, I'm trying to do this, and this. All right, you know what I'm saying? But can you do this? All right, you know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, playing multiple sports, man, it's a pretty dope thing. Um, and I wish that every kid could do it, you know what I'm saying, as long as they can, before they, start focusing and all their time and energy and training and efforts into just one sport. Make sure you try, do them all, try them all, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, with recruiting, man, I've seen it. I've literally seen, I've been in seats where, coaches are talking to me about their other sport. You know what I'm saying? They're saying, hey, wow, we were coming here to check this out. You know what I'm saying? Wow, we know we can do it on that level too. So that's great. We're gonna see how that transitions over into what we got. And you know what I'm saying? Like just being able to run a fast speed, right? So if you run a fast speed in one sport, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, you can use that same ability in other sports. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and it really defines itself. It does. Like guys will get to the point where, you know what I'm saying, sophomore year, junior year, sophomore year, they're like, hey, look, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do this. You know what I mean? And they're young kids, but they got minds like that. They know what they want. You know what I'm saying? It's just difficult for them to attain it if they don't, you know what I'm saying, try hard. You know what I'm saying? But they know what they want. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah. I for real, I'm real passionate about that, man. But playing multiple sports is dope. It frees their mind too. It frees their mind, man. I've heard so many um, retired NBA players and stuff, especially say how they brought their kids out of, you know what I'm saying, AAU basketball or AAU sport, or have them play another sport just to kind of get their mind off of one sport and to kind of help with their passion for the other sport, because then they have that one sport that they're playing and they're like, okay, I can't wait to get back to that, you know. So I think that's kind of pretty dope way to look at it. But yeah, keep in mind, man, playing multiple sports, man, is dope for kids. So just throwing it out there. You know what I mean? Run with it how you feel, player. Listen to me. Blessings. If you don't, it wasn't meant for you, man. Just pass it on, man. Just pass it on, man. You know what I mean? Repass it, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So yeah. What we're gonna talk about today. This is a topic. It's very dear to me because I can consider myself an emotionally intelligent person, right? And so emotional intelligence, right, is, well, let's start off by, I mean, let's start off by reading the definition of it, right, for people that don't understand it back, right? So emotional intelligence. What the heck? All right, here we go. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? There we go. All right. So no, I don't want to go. I want to stay on the browser. God, your phone want to take control of you, man. Shoot, technology, boy. Woo! Why when AI come? But just check it out. Check it out. Sorry about that. You know what I mean? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, emphasize with others, and overcome challenges. It involves being aware of your own emotions, understanding how they affect others, and managing emotions to build stronger relationships. Pretty deep, right? So basically, one of the things that I've said to us before on this show is taking yourself out of yourself and putting it on the wall like a fly on the wall, right? You know what I'm saying? Being able to judge the scenery and what's going on outside of yourself, right? Because yourself is being consumed by emotions. Um, and one of the things I've always told like women when I've dated, especially with the women, I mean, it hasn't happened. I haven't had to have this conversation with men friends, but with women that I've been involved with, I've had this conversation about emotion um, is like a roller coaster, right? No, straight up, it is. I mean, because when you think about it, you got to think about it as a whole, right? So think about it with emotions, right? Emotions are like a roller coaster, right? And it's not like daily roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like, oh, you're happy all day. I mean, it's possible, right? But more than likely, right? We talk about generalization all the time, right? So the higher percentage, more than likely, your emotions are going like this all day long, right? You're hearing a song that you ain't heard in a long time. Bam! You know what I'm saying? My joint, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You watching a scary movie. Ooh, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like your emotions are like this all day long, right? So with that, if you're always in reaction, then your reactions are like this, and your comments are like this, right? And the way you're thinking is like this, right? Rather than letting this happen, but you stay like this, okay? And that's what basically the whole description of emotional intelligence is saying, is being able to do that, right? It's being able to understand that, yes, you have the emotions. Yes, you have those emotions. Yes, yes, you do. But to say, what needs to be done. Even though I have these emotions, what needs to be done. And it's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult for some people. I think it's a lot more difficult for women because women are emotionally charged beings. That's the nature of their being, right? Um, I mean, I told you guys a story by Adam and Eve in the rib, right? What does the rib protect? The lungs and the heart, which means their life and their love, right? You know what I'm saying? Mother Earth, that's what she is, right? So you got to understand that they think in terms of feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're also on the other side of the spectrum. You know me. I got a angel's advocate. That's why on the other side of the spectrum, that's why they can use emotions to manipulate a lot easier than men can. You know what I'm saying? So the way you are emotionally intelligent is by able to converse, talk, react with others, and not have your emotions be the driving force of what you're doing, right? And in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Like in relationships, you know, um, are people really ready for an emotionally intelligent person? You know, are people really ready for it? I mean, it's been um, it's been something that's been rocking on social media. You know what I'm saying? A lot with some of these shows that they be having, little late at night shows or whatever with the little ladies and the dudes on the panel. And that's one of the things that they've asked and talked about is emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And are people really ready for somebody that can sit there and have a conversation with them and not be driven by their emotion? Which means that when they're telling you something that you may not like, you're still able to sit there and listen and then give feedback to it like normal. You know what I'm saying? And not be driven by the fact, oh, he said something I didn't like, or she said something I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are people ready for that? You know what I'm saying? Because it demands a lot because it demands a lot of control. Like I said, it first demands you to take yourself out of yourself and look at the situation outside of yourself. You gotta look at what you're doing too. You gotta look at what you're doing too. You know what I'm saying? And are people ready to start doing that? Because if you're involved with a person that's emotionally intelligent, you're gonna have to become emotionally intelligent too. That's just what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? And I see that being asked a lot in relationships with ladies. Um, I see men not understanding it. I see those two type of relationships a lot. I see a relationship with a woman who kind of is, but isn't demanding, and a man who just isn't really. You're not sure how to do it, and then I've seen the other side of the spectrum with the relationship where the woman is demanding of it, but she can't provide it. She doesn't know how to provide it either. So, and in those two instances, you're going to have a failed relationship because, you know. One person is going to be moving like this. Like I just told you, one person is going to be moving like this. You never know what you're going to be getting, right? And those are scary, man. I've been in one of those before. I've been in a couple of those. Saying I call them toxic people. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a difficult situation to try to work things out with somebody like that is not in touch with reading their own emotions. I'm not saying how they're feeling towards what you do into them or whatever like that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I just told you we have these. It's a fluctuating scale every day with everybody. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You can't run up and just be like, I know so and so happy as hell, right? Emotions are like that. And in relationships, we got to get better at being able to say, okay, um, look, this is how I feel. This is what's going on. This is why I feel. I think a lot of times we don't understand how to use the word feel. We make accusations without using the word feel. Because if you use the word feel, it takes away the accusation as much, right? Because if a young lady says you was with some chick last night, right? It sounds harsher than if she was like, I feel like you were with a chick last night. You know what I'm saying? Like just while your vibe is, how you feel. Now you can have a conversation because she's telling you this is how she's feeling, right? And You know what I'm saying? The same thing with men, man. We get a little bit rough sometimes when we come out with anger rather than just being like, hey, look, I'm feeling like this right now. I'm feeling like this. And it's scary, kind of scary for guys, man, to be realistic. I told you I play on both sides of this for everybody, man. Give everybody a shout out. Because it's difficult for a man, though. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult for us to come out and talk like that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that we are, as a society of men, we're becoming more emotionally intelligent. And the reason why is because I've talked about this before. Men, if you take a look at everything in return in regards to kids being raised and brought up, right? Right. And women raise a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? So um, women are emotional beings. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, the children are getting the overload of the emotional side, right? And um, that's something that's changing now because you're getting a lot of fathers in the home, but because we do have still kind of have a high number of single moms out there, you're gonna get a lot of kids that are girls know how to use emotions to do what they need to do, get what they need to get. And then you have guys that'll be smooth players because they, know how to use the emotions to get what they get too. Get them dads back in the home, add that discipline, and then it kind of cuts that out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, like um, the whole point of it is to really just kind of grow up and learn how to control the emotions. You know what I'm saying? Just to to control them to the point where you understand that they're there, but you don't move in that direction. You know what I'm saying? You kind of, because I think if you figure out how to read your emotions, especially if you learn how to read them at the time that they come, right? So you go through a moment. I was just giving examples. Watching a movie, you're scared, bam, you feel that. People feel that, right? Blue hair on the back of the neck, right hair standing up. So there are moments where the emotion is changing. It feels, man, it affects your body. It's a vibration. So when you read that it's coming or that you feel it, that it hit, okay, boom, pause. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's life threatening, unless it's life threatening, change what I'm saying. But otherwise, when you get that feeling of an emotional change, pause. You know what I'm saying? You're in a conversation with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Pause, because it might get heated. I've always had conversations with young ladies where I said, "Hey, look, man, look, hey, look, this is gonna go down, man. Look, if you don't chill, I'm I'm gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? We'll be like, okay, all right, well, that's it for me. Good night. You know what I'm saying? I'm up out of there, right? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to chill, pause for a minute, and just be like, all right, let me check and make sure what's going on. And then come out with that, hey, look, what you did made me feel like this. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing about what I'm talking about. Remember what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about something for good people that want to be in good relationships with good people. So if you don't want to be a good person, if you don't want to be in a good relationship with a good person, this is going to sound stupid to you. The things I'm saying is going to sound astronomical. Like, what the hell? Your brain would explode, right? Because your man said it. Your man said it. He said, I can't talk to those people because their heads would explode. But you got to be able to control it, man. You got to be able to walk in light and love. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to. I think one of the biggest things is that when you catch it, to make that adjustment and to get back to logical and to get back. That's why men do it. So that's why men are considered heartless, because men are always like, oh, boom, I got hit with this. Okay, boom. Okay, what's the deal? What are we gonna do? How are we gonna fix this? What's the matter? What's wrong? I got a solution. Let's ride with this. Men are like that. Women say that they're careless because they're not going through the whole feeling process. You know what I'm saying? That it takes, right? Letting out the feeling and the feeling, and crying or venting and discussing and breaking it down and talking about it again. That's more of the emotional side of it, the emotional roller coaster, going through the emotional waves of it, right? Where men are like, all right, damn, I got hit with the emotions, I feel it, damn, it's gonna hurt, but we got to make this happen, right? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, like I said, these are just suggestions. for good people. They want to be in good relationships with good people. Try this stuff. If it doesn't work, hit me. I got content all over the place. Hit my stuff up. Text me on any one of these videos where I'm talking this and say, look, what you're talking about is crazy. It don't work. Because I guarantee you, if you try some of this stuff, it'll work. And I think um, repentance is a huge sign of emotional intelligence. Repentance is being able to just apologize, being able to be sincere about the wrong that was done, whether at whatever level. Well, excuse me, my mouth dry. But being able to take accountability for whatever level that it was at. Hey, look, my bad. I told you to go down the street and grab that. I didn't know they were going to be gone already, so I apologize. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Move on. Let's roll, right? And that's how it should be. I think that repentance is one of the part of the first step, because I think acceptance, accountability, and repentance kind of all kind of can go in the same. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of get it done at the same time. You know what I'm saying? If it's sincere, it can get done at the same time. And I think that I've seen a post before where they were talking about um, apology being, I want my apology, I want my, what is it? Uh I want my apology to be as big as the disrespect, which is dope. That's a dope. Whoever came out with that, man, line is dope, yo, because that's some real shit. Because hey, however you disrespected me, I want my apology at the same level. You know what I'm saying? So that's some dope stuff right there, man. I feel that one. I feel that for real, because that's how, man, that's how it is, bro. Like sometimes, man, it be like that, man. Just hey, just give me my love back, and we straight. You know what I'm saying? We good. Hey, and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, man, people say things and apologize for things, and really don't mean it. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta look at um, um, the changed behavior also. The changed behavior. That's a huge part of having emotional intelligence, is to understand that you did somebody wrong in a way that they felt, right? You may not have done something wrong in the world today, but just the fact that you made that person feel like it was wrong, like you wronged them. Hey, look, I apologize that I wronged you. You know what I'm saying? I'm apologizing to you. I ain't apologizing to the universe because I didn't do nothing wrong to the universe, but to you as a person. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize for that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just gotta roll with that, you know what I'm saying? Because us as people, if we understand that, you know what I'm saying, when we bump into each other, to apologize and to move on, you know what I'm saying, this world will be a better place, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay it forward, you know what I'm saying, mentality, all that. You know what I'm saying? It goes into it, man. And that's a huge part of what change behavior, of just manifesting and want to be in a better life, better light, is being able to, show love to the world, you know what I'm saying? And just doing positive things. And, you know, I spoke about this before, just holding the door open for somebody. I had, like I said, paying for it. Somebody had paid my, hey, the dude at the stove, I'm at the stove. I grabbed me some gummies, you know what I'm saying, and some juice. And I was like, dang. I was like, shoot, I forgot my wallet in the car. Dude was like, oh, don't worry about it. I got it. Well, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? I had to pay it back, pay it forward for somebody else. I had to buy a meal at drive through for somebody else. But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to even this out, bro. You got to even this out. You know what I'm saying? I want the apology to be as big as a disrespect. You got to even it out, man. So as above, so below. It's got to be evened out, brother. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to do that and live that life is to have emotional intelligence, is be able to not be centered on yourself and how yourself feels, but to understand how other people feel, and to understand what your feelings are doing to um, your emotions, your motion, and your verbal, so that you always can stay normal. You know what I'm saying? And a big way of that would be to make sure we teach our young. We got to teach our young. I told you that men have more of an advantage because they get raised by single mothers, but the truth be told, um, men need to teach boys and women need to teach girls, because only a girl can learn girl emotions from a woman, and only a boy can learn boy emotions from a man. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just facts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to get emotional about that? Go ahead, because like I said, that's the part about being emotionally intelligent, is that understanding that that a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, right? And I mean, just as something funny, like a woman can't even teach a dude how to pee. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we got a hose, right? You know what I'm saying? We swinging that thing, right? You know what I'm saying? We can walk up to a tree, pull it out, and go pee, right? You know what I'm saying? And a woman can't do that. Just something like that. You know what I mean? But there's something to that. You know what I'm saying? Being able to take your first pee. You know what I'm saying? First time your ball sack drop, you know what I'm saying? Women, when you get your menstrual cycle for the first time, I mean that's an emotion that a man can't ever tell a woman that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's some real shit. So you have to make sure when we're teaching our young, this is the stuff that we're telling them about, is how young boys grow up to have a man mindset, and you have these man emotions, and they work like this, but at the same time, these understand the women's emotions, understand what it is, understand what they do, understand how they circulate through it, and hopefully you find someone that is emotionally intelligent as a woman, that she can understand how to stay regular through having those emotions, because she's going to have a lot more than a man is. That's just how it is, right? And the women have to tell the young ladies that. You guys have to. We live in a time now where we're too busy telling young girls how to be boys and compete with boys and compete with boys. Compete, you do what boys do it, rather than just sit there and be like, hey, look, when you turn 10, 11, 12, something gonna happen. When that happens, that means it's you know what I mean. Anything could happen. So keep yourself together, keep it tight, keep it right. You know what I mean. Stay the course. And no, but I used to tell my son all the time, man. I mean, he got a little girlfriend, man. But I used to tell him all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? All my little boys, man. My 2026 boys, man. I used to tell them all the time, man. Don't get girlfriends. Just um, have girls that are friends. You and a couple of guys, and tell her to go grab a couple of girls, and you guys go hang out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't be serious, but these young dudes nowadays, lover boys, man. They lover boys, and that's why, you know what I'm saying, when you start seeing that, you got to start spitting that knowledge, man. And the ladies got to do it too. We got to do it both. That's why I speak for both sides. At this time in my life, I speak for both sides. Yeah, I'm still Tyler. Yeah, I'm still T-Dub, 800 the Styles. I'm still PP. I'm still too pretty. I'm still that dude. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm grown and older, and I look at the venues, I look at the places, and I look at where I'm at and the people, and I understand it more. I'm a fly on the wall observing. And these young kids, man, they got to be instructed on how to deal with their emotions. The emotional intelligence starts young. It's like with anything. It's like with any sports that I'm talking about. It's like with education. Also, with anything that we're teaching them, it starts young. We have to talk to these girls and teach them how to be girls, right? And men, we have to talk to these boys and teach them how to be boys, because once they turn 18, they turn into adults automatically. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make them understand, okay, as a young man, it's learning time. As a young boy, it's learning time. As an adolescent, it's learning time. As a teenager, it's learning time. And then when they become young adults, right, it's go time. You know what I mean? And that way they've had their fun for 18 years. Or excuse me, they busted their ass for 18 years, so that way they can have fun for 60. You know what I'm saying? And the best way for us to do that is to give them that success of emotional intelligence, and to I think it plays a lot into um, what is it, wealth, generational wealth. I think emotional intelligence plays a lot into generational wealth. I think it puts our young people as at an advantage um, in this world today, because they're able to understand how to navigate through uh, turmoil and things like that. Um, that that can really put them through a lot of pressure. That could really, because pressure busts pipes or it makes diamonds. So, being able to come out of it, understanding the mentality of that, it's going to be hard, um, makes them be able to attack things a lot easier than ones that have been sheltered a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? This is just from personal observation of what I've seen dealing with kids. So, you know, but I think one of the biggest things is to make sure we function in love. I think if you use the power of love over everything, use the power. If you use the power of love within your first step in that direction, right? Let's say you're mad, the timeline goes in this direction. Told y'all about timelines before. Say you're sad from it, makes you go in that direction. Let's say you happy, makes you go in that direction. If you function in love first and just love, whatever it is in love, that first one, that timeline's got to be dope. It's gotta be dope. I mean, can't cut nothing out of love, man. Out of love, just love, not in love, but just love, like love, right? And hold on, real quick. I want to show y'all something. Let me see if I can get this up real quick. Hold on. Yeah. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah. So check this out. Love is the original code. This is dope, man. This I be on the internet, man. I be scrolling. So I be looking at stuff, man. So I see all the stuff that's going on out here. Like I said, this is the time that I was waiting for, you know what I'm saying, 2007, man. I was waiting for this time. But I'm scrolling, I look, and it says, check this out. It says, love is the original code. The original code, okay? Break this down. Before fear was coded, before ego was installed, before pain became the teacher, there was love. Unconditional, infinite, unshakable. The simulation may look distorted, filled with suffering, loops, and triggers, but underneath it all, the operating system is love. Man, peep this shit, man. When you vibrate in love, not just towards others, but towards yourself, you're speaking the language of source. Love is the power code that overrides everything. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Hey, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. That's why I speak this stuff, man. That's why I try to push this narrative about love, because over everything, as long as you function in that, you could never be pointed at as doing something wrong, because you're functioning in a mode where you're caring about everybody involved. You can't make everybody happy, right? You can't. But as long as your first choice is love, right? And whatever you choose may hurt somebody's feelings, right? But think about it. Telling somebody something that's factual that hurts their feelings, that's love, right? So like I said, that's the whole point of it, right? When you think about the whole taking yourself out, put it on the wall, right? Really look at what love really is. It's the source code which everything is built on. You know what I'm saying? The sun, the way the sun, you absorb the sun, it loves. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, hey, as long as we moving in that direction, man, you know what I'm saying, in love, we can withstand whatever emotions we have, and we can still function in a way that's going to be positive for ourselves and eventually positive for everybody. We get to a point where the things, the facts and stuff like that won't hurt people, because if they're functioning off of emotional intelligence with love, when they hear those facts, they're not going to take it and get upset. See what I'm saying? So when it infiltrates everybody, then we can have common ground, common knowledge, common conversations, and just be able to talk without hate. You know what I'm saying? Without ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? And just be on a better plane with each other. So that way we're helping the next man and helping the next man to the point where everybody's helping the next person. Then how can we go wrong? How can we go wrong? How could we? There's no way possible. Like there's no way. If everybody moved in love and not hate, I'm serious. I swear to goodness. If you think about this, right? And I'm not trying to put people down or make people think that I'm talking about them or anything like that. But if we all moved in unison in love, right, and just looking out for the next person in love and love, how could we go wrong? How could people be starving? How could people be homeless? How could, if we were all doing that to everybody, if everybody was doing that to the next person, everybody, how could anything negative happen? These are things I just throw out, man. If you listen to them, blessings to you. You don't? Wasn't even meant for you, man. Pass it on, man. Pass it on, man. Thailand TV, man. Emotional intelligence today, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to kick some facts to y'all, man. It comes out the way that I bring it out because it's the way that I heard it in my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just spitting it the way I heard it. So hopefully you guys be understanding some of the stuff. And it'd be wild. And I know it'd be a lot of laughing and comedy with it, but that's just me. I mean, that's one of the things like my girl had to understand. That's just my defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I kick out something that may be really deep. That's how my little emotional trigger works. You know what I mean? Like whenever I'm feeling a kind of way, I may laugh. You know what I'm saying? But it could be another emotion. And sometimes it's just funny. Sometimes whatever the hell we're just talking about is funny. You know what I'm saying? But just stay in control. Stay within yourself and be open and honest. Be open and honest, man. That's the huge way of having emotional intelligence is just to be open and honest, man. It makes it a lot easier because then you're not getting bottling things up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a huge way to get caught up in your emotions, because a lot of times people will put something away. They'll bottle up something that they really want to say or really want to talk about, and then something else comes up, and they're still holding on to the thing that they were really mad about 2, 3, 4 days ago, shit, a year ago. You know what I'm saying? And now that came up, you know what I'm saying? And it's coming out. So be open and honest, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you are good people in good relationships with good people. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that will help make those relationships last long, because this is all I'm asking for everybody. Anybody that wants to be in a relationship. Like I said, I got some players now. I got some dogs, you know what I'm saying? And I've been through those years. You know what I'm saying? I know about all the years too, but I just understand the um the aspect of the world that we're living in now and what we need. What we need right now. What we need right now to solve the problems that are going on in this world today. Right? I mean, even just look at what's happening, what was happening in Minneapolis, or excuse me, Minnesota, with the lawmakers getting popped off. Got down people downtown going crazy. I mean, look what they're doing over in Cali. You know what I'm saying? They mobilizing units over there to just grab and snatch people. Um, they got, you know what I'm saying? What are they doing? They somebody going up doing some Alaska stuff or something. Man, it's going crazy in the world. Okay, so and this is why I tend to have conversations like this with you on my shows, because I want people to understand how important it is to get back to loving. And love is a drug. It is a drug. It is an emotional. Uh, um, it affects your it affects your system. You know what I'm saying? It affects your system literally. When you got it, when you get it from somebody, it affects your system literally. So um, it's a powerful force, and if we can start using it more within each other, especially within smaller these urban communities, these smaller communities, because there's a lot more smaller communities. We're just all spread out. We just move together, you know what I'm saying, and mobilize as a unit, man, and just show love to each other, man. You know, and just exercise using emotional intelligence, understanding that you have feelings, understanding that the next person has feelings, but having conversations to where we can get things done and find resolutions, and don't be charged up and go off of your emotion. That's emotional intelligence. So holla at your boy, man. Thank you for joining me on the show tonight. Um, Popping it off this week. We'll have 2 episodes coming to you back to back for Real Recognize Real this week. Me and Rob just want to get up with y'all, man. We slowed down on y'all 1 week, so we got to catch up with y'all. With them shows that's coming out later on this week. I'm going to be coming back with y'all tomorrow with another Thailand TV Daily Affirmations. And I'm going to keep popping it up, man, some content. I got another Coach's Corner that I'm going to bring to you. I'm going to bring to you probably tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. Probably tomorrow. And you know what I'm saying? Just go over some things on the court, man. In between the lines, man. That's it. That's all we're gonna do, man. We're gonna keep popping it off. We're gonna keep bringing you content. It's your boy 800 the Stiz Owls, man. Team Dub, man. the prophet, they sure the God, the man form. Blessings. I'm out.